Hey guys, as you can see, this is a hanging shelf and I am going to show you how to make this easy hanging shelf that cost me $5 to make using Dollar Tree products. So if you want to see how I made this, then stay tuned and watch the rest of this video. So here are all the products that I used. I got all of this from Dollar Tree. Now you're gonna use these little canvases. I got 2 of them. This is foil backsplash that I got from the kitchen section in Dollar Tree. Also some silver hooks. There were smaller ones, but I rather the big ones. You're gonna need some decorative rope. That was from the floral section. And this is optional. This is foam board. You don't have to get it, but I'll show you what I use it for. Right here you'll see that I am about to cut the foil backsplash, and if you see that there is a crease in the foil, you can cut that entire strip off because that is perfect to cover up the lengthwise of the canvas. Now I did make sure that I cut the piece of the foil to cover the width of the canvas on both sides. So what I'm doing right now, you see I'm cutting it, and that's gonna cover the lengthwise, and then I just cut it to make sure that it fits completely on the widthwise side. If you guys understand what I'm trying to say, I'll show you right now. You see it covers perfectly. Now I'm just cutting out another piece which is going to be used for either the top or the bottom. So what you're going to do is you're going to cut out 2 pieces, one to cover the top of the canvas and one to cover the bottom of it. So I used the foam board to cut up 2 separate pieces to put it in the back of the canvas, and I did this mainly for stability. You don't have to do this, but because depending on what I wanted to put in, like a perfume bottle or something, I didn't want it sinking with the canvas material. So after I put the pieces inside of the canvas bag, I hot glued it in to make it even more sturdier, because like I said, if you want to put something that has a little bit more weight on your shelf, this might be a good option for you. If not, you can actually make this with $4 instead of $5 and just skip the entire process. So I'm using a tiny Dollar Tree screwdriver to poke a hole through the canvas and the foam board, and I'm doing that because that's where my rope is going to go through, and I'm using a pair of scissors to widen the hole. Now I'm using the arrow, the front and the back of the arrow as measuring points because both my canvas has the same exact arrow design, so I can just pop it in through one of the holes and then directly down through the other hole with my rope. But if you want to be precise, then definitely use some type of measuring, like a ruler or something. And now you're gonna see me putting the foil on the canvas. Now I already did one. This is the second one that I'm doing, and I'm putting on the back first just in case I mess up. So I'm aligning the foil with the edge of the canvas. Now this doesn't have to be perfect because the top piece is gonna cover majority of that, if you can notice. And then I cut the sides so I can fold it across the width, so it's like wrapping a present in. So if you find an easier way to wrap this, then be my guest, but this was the easier option for me. And I'm just tucking it under, making it as smooth as possible, and I'm just gonna go on the other side and cut and then fold it across, smoothing it as I go, and then tucking that under. And this is the bottom piece, and now this is the top piece that I'm going to cover with the foil. And it's pretty easy to just rip off, but well, off of the backing. But when it was time to actually put it on the canvas, it was a little hard because it was sticking really well, which is a good thing, but a bad thing if you stick it on wrong. And as you can see, it doesn't matter if it doesn't match up or align with the rest of the pattern, because nobody is going to see the bottom of this shelf. So it doesn't matter if it aligns, just make sure that you get it as smooth as possible. Right now you can see that I'm fighting with this thing, trying to fix it and make sure that it is as smooth as possible, because that is the top piece that is actually gonna be seen. So I'm trying really hard to get it smoothed down, and now you're gonna see me just cutting the sides, just like I did with the other part of this, well, the other side, I guess. And I'm just folding it down, trying to get it as smooth as possible, because this part is actually gonna be what's gonna be seen. And you can see it's a little wrinkly right there, but the part that's a little wrinkly, that is gonna be what's touching the wall, so nobody's gonna see that, so I'm not worried about that part. Now I'm feeling for the hole, and I'm taking my little screwdriver and poking a hole through the hole that I made earlier, and I'm gonna take my rope and pop it through. Now a tip that I would say, use tape around the ends of the rope, so that when you're trying to push it through, it isn't difficult. It was really hard not to get it through the first hole, but to get it through the bottom, and it actually ripped a lot more than I expected. So just take a tape or something, because it is foil and it is pretty thin, so just keep that in mind when you're doing this. And now I'm just checking to see where is the back and the front, so I can put on the other side properly. But before I put on the other side, I'm going to knot the bottom of the rope. And first, before I even do that, I make sure that I like the height of the shelf from the top to the first shelf. So what I did was I hung it on top of a hook first. Saw if I like that height, and then I put a knot underneath the first shelf. And then once I put a knot underneath the first shelf, I hot glued the rope to the foil. One, because the foil was ripping and I didn't want it to rip anymore, and two, because just to keep it secure. Now you're gonna see me cutting a little piece of rope, and I'm gonna put it around the top of where the rope enters into the hole, because I just thought that it cleaned it up a little bit, instead of just seeing the rope go inside of a hole. And I don't know, I just didn't like it. You don't have to do this part. That was just me being difficult. But to me, it made it look a whole lot better. And I did that for both of the rope on the top shelf, and also I did it for the bottom shelf as well. And this is me just putting in the rope into the second shelf. Now, of course, if you want more shelves, you can add more shelves. I wish I did more shelves because they came out really cute, but this is how much you have available in your Dollar Tree, I guess. I unfortunately only have one pack of that specific foil in Dollar Tree, but you don't have to use this kind. There are other Backsplash foils available there. And if you don't want to use the Backsplash, then you can use the contact paper that Dollar Tree had. I hated the contact paper that was available at my Dollar Tree, so I liked this look a whole lot better. And plus it was easier in terms of the cutting process. I didn't have to really measure too much. I just eyeballed and I was good. Now you're seeing me hot glue the bottom rope to make sure that it's like secured, and to help with that ripping because it ripped through the back of this second shelf as well, because like I said, it's thin and I had to really force the rope out because I didn't tape it and the ends were fraying way too much. Okay, so it's all done, guys. Now make sure that your hook is stable. Don't be like me. I got scared in the middle of the night because I didn't put the hook, like stick it really hard onto the wall, and it fell down in the middle of the night, scaring me. But everything you see on this shelf is from Dollar Tree and it's pretty stable. I put perfume on here and it was good. Just make sure that your hook itself is really stuck onto the wall, because that is what will make your shelf fall. Now I hope that you like this DIY. I hope that you try it. Like, subscribe, tell me what you think.